We are extremely pleased that you are here. It is good to come together for the purpose of co-creating, yes? You bring a lot with you. We're glad you dragged your physical bodies here. It's an important reason that you are in these bodies. You are at the leading edge of the expanding universe. Do you know that? There's no agenda here, nothing that we are wanting to promote other than your own sense of autonomy and self-creation. We want you to understand the laws of the universe, which in large part you already do understand as you experience. Most don't understand, but you experience the laws of physics. You know about gravity, which is steady, and inertia, which is steady. These physical characteristics of where you live that you understand and then work within. And so here we are talking about more of those things together, and we are appreciating your willingness to explore your environment and to think and see and feel and prefer and not prefer and create. And we especially enjoy your figuring out how what you're doing as leading edge creators fits in with all that is. It's such a wonderful thing when you get it, that you are a vibrational being in a vibrational universe, and that vibration is what it's all about. Not words, not action, not opinions and rights and wrongs, although all of that's part of your choosing process. But you live in a universe that is based upon attraction. You are outputting a vibration based on a whole lot of things. Most are not doing it on purpose. Most are just reacting to things. And as you emit your vibration, the law of attraction matches you up. And during that process, you become more and more and more clear about what you prefer. In other words, there are two ways for you to know what we're talking to you personally, what your individual output is. One is, it comes back to you in many, many different varieties. It comes back to you in the form of ideas and comments from others and life experiences and manifestations of all nature. It comes back to you. It shows you. It matches your output. And you can also know what your vibrational output is because you have a guidance system, an inner being, who, when you, the consciousness that you know is you, the personality that you know is you, came forth into this physical human time and space, the inner being part of you, that eternal part of you, remained non-physically focused, vibrationally in alignment with all that you have become, the loving, pure, positive energy being that is you. So that you, as you are sifting and sorting and deciding, can feel your relationship with that larger eternal part of you. And so that second way that you know what your point of attraction is by the emotion that you are feeling moment by moment. If you feel wonderful, your take on what you're holding as your object of attention is so close to that of your inner being that there is a resonance, a harmony. There's a calibrated frequency that feels like love and well-being and enthusiasm and passion to you. But when you feel fear or sad or worry or any of those things that don't feel good to you, you can know that your inner being is looking at the same thing that you're looking at, but feeling different than the way you are feeling as you look at it. And so as you decide that most of all you care how you feel, because how you feel is your awareness of your resonance and harmony with the larger part of you, that part that you have long known, that part that you can absolutely trust. But most humans are sort of flying blind to that. You've been feeling your whole life because your guidance system has been in place your whole life, but you've not known about it clearly. And so most of our physical human friends are offering your vibration based upon what you're observing, and you're not observing deliberately. So your guidance system works really, really well for you. And that's really what we're here all day, every day to talk with you about. How you can be in your body, having your unique and new and valuable experience, flowing through life, finding things that you prefer and things that you don't prefer, and finding a way to focus yourself into your preference so that your preferences are what manifest to you. That's what deliberate creating is. We've been talking to you a long time about this. There are 3 steps basically. The first step is you ask. That's what contrast around you helps you do. When you know what you don't want, you know what you do want, even if you can't put words to it. Esther was pondering the other day, fear, what words are on the other end of that stick? And it's sort of hard to define opposite of fear. You know what fear feels like, so maybe the other end of it is secure or stable or sure. There are lots of ways to define it, but you sure do know what the absence of pain feels like, or the absence of fear feels like. And so it's that differentiation. So that's what step 1 does. Step 1 helps you who get to have it the way you want it to be, even if you don't know that you get to have it the way you want it to be. You are choosing all day, every day. Step 1, ask. Step 2 is, we told you about your inner being. So when your life causes you to really, really want something, your inner being focuses upon that end of the stick that you might not be able to define. It's an assumed, it's an absolute knowing. Even if there aren't words to quite explain it all, your inner being gets it. Your inner being knows what you're asking for. And that is what your inner being, and only what your inner being, focuses on. You ask and it is given. But then you say, well, then why isn't the money in my bank yet? And we say, because there is a step 3. You're doing the work. You're sorting it out, and you're deciding for you, not for anybody else, for you, not for anybody else, for you. You're sorting it out. You're asking. And your inner being is looking at what you want and knowing unequivocally the path to get you there. Do you know that your inner being knows where you are in relationship to everything that you want every single time? And then step 3, that's the part we talk about. That's the part that's annoying to you. That's the part where focus is really required. A thinking focus, maybe. A word focus, maybe. But most of all, a focus of feeling. Feeling your way into the feeling of the other end of doubt, of the other end of pain, of the other end of fear. Feeling your way into the other end of the stick. You live in a universe where both ends of the stick are always around. Always around. In every particle of the universe. Those are the best non-scientific words Esther can come up with. Particle. Every blob of the universe. Every being, every moment, every thought, everything, every piece, every particle of the universe, there is wanted and absence of wanted all the time. That is the focusing mechanism for creators like you that get to define what you want. So now you know everything we know. You got to ask. You got to know that it's been given. And then you got to line up with whatever it is you're asking for. Not be distracted. You see, that's the difference between humans and your inner beings. Your inner being is never distracted by what you want, always knows the end of the stick you're really asking for. Whereas humans, you're often, most everybody, most all of the time, defensive about not having it the way you want it. And even though that's helping you to ask, and it's caused the universe to expand, and it's created a vibrational reality that future generations will benefit from, and you even could if you knew what you were doing. So often you're defensive because what you see is so not what you want. I did not ask for this illness, and I did not ask for this bankruptcy, and I did not ask for my lover to leave me, and I did not ask for wars, and I did not ask. But we say to you, the contrast of your environment is a good thing, not a bad thing, because it puts you and everyone else in the position of knowing what you don't want and knowing what you do want. And your inner being will help you every time. But you've got to know how to access the power of non-resistance. And justifying or explaining or pushing hard against things is practicing the art of resistance. It's not practicing the art of allowing. You got to get into the allowing mode. Sometimes you think, and we don't blame you, it sounds like what we teach you, that you can be or do or have anything that you want. And sometimes that sounds to you like that means that you get to boss other people around, because that's satisfying, let's just face it. But when you need something or someone to be different than it is in order for you to feel good, you're in a bind, because you live in a time and space reality where everyone gets to choose, and you get to practice the art of choosing and aligning with your choice, not aligning with the reason that you made that choice. That's what justifying is. That's what defending is. That's what pushing against is. That's what resistance is. That's what depriving yourself of what you want is. It can be really simple. If you know what you don't want, you know what you do want, and then just talk about that. But you are intellectuals, and you are thinkers, and you are wanting to sort all things out with thought. And we get that. We get that. It is satisfying to communicate, isn't it? And communication, words, are the way that you get others to calibrate to you. We get that. We get why that can feel satisfying to you. It's just not your primary intention. It's not what you planned. It's a little bit like, and this is really a terrible analogy, but we like it so much. It's like someone decides that they're going to do everybody a favor and vacuum the living room, and they want credit for it, so they're really going to go at it with gusto. So they go drag the big old monster machine out of the closet, and they move it all around the room. They're sweating, they're huffing and puffing, they're bending down, they're getting under things. Oh, they are so impressive. But they didn't plug it in. They missed that one part. And so they're not getting the job done. It's like lip service, vacuum service. They're not getting it done. That's really what we're talking about here. Plugging into this source energy that knows your value, knows your power, knows your choices, knows that you get to choose, knows what you've chosen, because your life experience is making it crystal clear of what you want, even if you cannot articulate it. And your inner being is focused unequivocally upon what you want. That's the power that you got to plug into. So you got to feel your way to it sometimes, because when you try to talk your way into it, you talk your way out of it, because it gets all complicated with thoughts and innuendos. It just is more complicated. So that's what we'll talk about here today, if you want. We're really here to talk about whatever you want. There's nothing off limits. There's no order of business, although you will notice a wonderful unfolding. You will. It's going to be a great day together. Did we tell you how much we appreciate you being here? You are the leading edge.